What the hell happened? Am I really alive after all of that? Everything happened so quickly, it didn't feel bad after all. I didn't feel pain or anything. For something so deadly, it just took me in an instant. I felt nothing as I was claimed so quickly. Now I reside here, in an abyss. All I hear is nothing but empty space I occupy. All I see is nothing. Gazing into the abyss before me. I could feel my body suspended in the empty space, able to move, but no matter the effort, I couldn't. Staring into nothingness. No ground. Seconds to minutes. Minutes to hours. Hours to days, then weeks, even months, and then years. Time is an illusion that helps make things make sense. I've started to lose track of time, and the only thing that kept me sane is this grasp of hope I still have inside me, that I'll return someday. This warmth I feel in my chest, it beats strongly, ever so frighteningly. It feels sickening to me, like something might pop out of my chest at any given moment, like one of those horror movies. Just as if, just as if telling me to keep pushing. I always feel like something may happen whenever. Just then, a deep voice rang my whole body and shook my whole body awake, as if it already wasn't. It was as sweet as a finely tuned orchestra of cellos playing their heart out. It was that voice that what brought me comfort in this nothingness. You poor soul, you, so eager, yet gullible. I pity you. I felt a somber tone in that voice when it spoke. I've heard what happened. But that doesn't matter anymore, does it? I'd like to thank you, young one, for heeding my call. I'm sure you have plenty of questions regarding what happened in a fraction of a second. Your adventures have yet to begin in this troublesome world we now coexist in. There isn't much time that I have left with you, but awake now. You must. I will meet again with you soon. Soon enough. Yes, that we. My voice grew a tone of worry and confusion. Now fear not, dear boy. Let us begin. So tell me, boy. Tell me your name so I can make everyone else known of your presence. Staring into nothingness, I stated my name as clear as I could. Name I go for everything. This sounds familiar. And who I'm kidding, I've known my name since I was a kid. Ah, Charlie. It's all coming back to me now. It's sad how they let you go. The shifting tone of the voice felt sympathetic. You let it claim you without a fight, Were you led astray into its trap? Or did you willingly give yourself up to it as well? I don't know really, myself. Very well. I'll see to it on how it was unraveled. I could hear a faint ticking sound. It's growing louder and quicker by the second. It's behind you now. The voice before me spoke in a different tongue, briefly before speaking into a familiar language again that I could understand. His tone dramatically changed to a grim one. Away with thee, we are not done here. And just like that, the abyss began to erupt with white light from under me that grew into 4 large pillars towering above and around me. The radiance from the towers grew bigger and brighter, closing in on me. Those towers blinded me. It felt as bright as the sun, but more intense. All I could do now was just shut my eyes tightly and bear for this nightmare to be over. Is this the end? And just like that, a brief moment of silence passes over. And then it was welcomed by the multiple songs of birds, bugs singing, and something or someone breathing heavy near me. My body is as numb and limp as ever. I feel like a rock in the desert. My chest pumping up and down, whole body filled with immense pain. with my body in the open and feeling the warmth of the atmosphere welcome itself around my body and feeling slight heat upon my face, I slowly begin to open them into a lesser blinding light. As my eyes adjust to my current surroundings, I begin to see the lush green vegetation towering over me and the blinding sun at the center of the bright blue sky before me. To my right is a blue-horned beast quickly acting on my presumed unconsciousness or dead body, desperately trying to keep it alive. I muster up the strength to speak. Even if it pains me to speak, my vocal cords are straight to hell. Where? The pain is immense, but I manage to at least speak a word. That's progress. Enough to get the beast's attention. The blue beast had heard me. It quickly turned its head in the direction of my voice to see me. Invisible pain looking as crap-faced as ever. For a look of shock and relief, the beast began exclaiming joyous shouts. Oh, thanks. I thought you were a goner. Hurry now, come quickly. He's awake. Oh, okay. The blue beast grabbed a hold of one of my shoulders and arms, and gently and shifts my body up against a tree. Takes a deep step back. Oh, geez, okay. Eyeing my very naked body. I'm now sat up upright with my head resting against a tree as a damp rag slipped off from my forehead and into my lap as an intense sun glare brightly shining through the gaps of the leaves hit onto my face. I narrowly look to my left and all I see out of the corner of my vision is a big brown blur. Upon that blur becoming larger, my vision catches up into focus, making out the shirtless brown wolf quickly approaching me. Now, you know, you don't have to get your whiskers in a bunch, Stark. Okay. I wouldn't see the big deal about it. He looks perfectly fine to me. Anyways, I mean, look at him. He's as dark as dirt. He pointed in my direction with a waving off gesture. This boy looks fine to me. No broken bones and missing limbs. Yes, I know that, Spurge. Thanks for reiterating. Now, Father said we have to make sure he's okay. The large bow male cut him off, mid-sentence being cocksure. Yeah, I get it. And check for life and make sure he isn't dead. This isn't my first rodeo, Stark. Will you? Are you sure you know what you're doing? The brown wolf looked at me with a smirk and a wink, followed by a positive gesture. Rise and shine, chocolate boy. We're gonna get you all patched up. Could you just... Before Stark could finish, the large brown male kneeled and scooped me up both arms without any effort or hesitation. A jolt of intensive pain surged through my body, causing me to let out a yelp and convulse in pain. Would it kill you to be careful with him? Would it kill you to listen for once in your life? Stark snapped at the wolf. You are my lackey, and I trust you not to mess this up. You can have your shenanigans here and there. This is not the time, nor the place to do it. You've been my servant only for 2 years, First. 2 years. It may seem long to you, but those are just mere seconds to me. I expect greater things to come out from you. Moreover, are you forgetting that I had not intervened? Fire would have given her head for thievery. He gave the meanest death stare to the massive wolf as he finished his dispute, even since a wave of fear down my spine. Note to self, do not piss off that dude. I will not hesitate to strike you down myself from where you stand. Unfazed, Spurge just stands there with a silent stare still holding me. Stark regained his composure, taking a deep breath and exhaling as he returned to a more approachable, less hostile mood. Especially with Charlie, who just fell out of the sky, and we're here to rescue him from harm's path. It's hard to tell where you landed, but here we are, nonetheless. Okay? His tone became concerned as he focused on my body and then making eye contact with me. Pray tell, I do hope you're fine, right, Charlie? I reluctantly nod in general direction of where Stark's voice projected from. While he's still focused on Spurge, who is still holding me, he doesn't pay no mind to me. But his vision is dead set on Stark, while Stark focuses on me. Right now, the sun's high up, and we've yet to return as Father requested. I hope he isn't too upset. It also reminds me. Walking towards me, Stark reached in his nifty pocket and pulled out with his thumb and finger what seemed to look like a purplish or blue-looking berry. It gleamed in the sunlight like a marvel. He then squeezed the berry until it popped and then pushed the seed out and then held the berry up to my mouth. Eat this. You'll feel better in no time. I hesitated for a moment, looking up at Stark towering over me, and then opened my mouth as Stark dropped it in. As I closed my mouth and began to chew, my eyes widened as if it was deers caught in headlights. The berry still burst in my mouth as I kept chewing. The flavor is indescribable, but it's mostly immaculate thing that I've ever tasted in my life. As I continued chewing, the juice kept bursting out. The whole side of my mouth felt like a sea. Pure rushing liquids covering every cranny in my mouth. And then swallowed, followed by a comfortable exhale that left me satisfied but dazed for a few seconds. Moments had only passed, and my body begins to feel heavy and warm. Good. So now you should be okay for the time being. Let's get going. Stark turns to the right and begins walking past us, heading through the forest. We both follow behind him. We're following in silence as the only thing breaking the occasional making noise will be the crunch of leaves and chirps of birds. About an hour or two passed and the sharp pain subsided and the tightening in my chest loosens up, enough for me to breathe and speak normally. So, Stark, right? Huh? Where are we going? Oh, nice one. Stark sheepishly chuckled and spoke mockingly, avoiding the question entirely, and proceeded to march forward. I'm just going to hold my tongue until I can be elsewhere, since I'm not getting any leads as to what's happening. My shirt's been torn to pieces, my pants are barely holding themselves together, and Spurge keeps pressing his thumb on my inner thigh. Never had a problem with it, though. Okay? A decent amount of time passed by as we continued to walk, then suddenly Stark came to a halt and let out a relieved sigh. By the gods, we're here. You arrive at the river with calm waters. Water dances so smoothly as the sun hits the water and reflects a glare to my face. I capture the scenery around me as both me and Spurge approach beside Stark. The mountains in the far back, the clear skies above, the gentle breeze brushing against my bare face. I then noticed that there are these bright blue-colored butterflies that appear to be glowing. What is this area? Why, a river, of course. Stark replied in a mocking, sarcastic tone. Right, we have to cross over, Spurge. If you so kindly, please. Right. We walked up to the end of the trunk of the fell tree and stood there only for a moment. Spurge closed his eyes as he began focusing. Still holding me, Spurge crouched and exhaled into my direction, sprang up and landed on the fell tree while still carrying me, but that was it. I'm quite impressed by myself. The trunk looked to be about 3 feet tall. Someone never missed leg day. Jeez. His breath smelled of a cool peppermint. What a pleasant smell coming from him. Stark walked to the middle of the tree and faced the river. The glowing butterflies danced not above, but under us, almost forming a shape of some sort. Holding me tightly, Spurge closed his eyes and leaned forward, willingly falling into the water. Hey, what? Okay. But it was already too late. I submerged into the dark, running rapids of the river. I shut my eyes and held my breath as a bear for myself being held underwater. The abysmal silence filled the atmosphere after both Spurge and I fell into the water with a loud splash. Seconds pass, we resurface above the water. A downpour of water falls from both me and Spurge. I catch my breath as the dry air fills up my nostrils. I hear our droplets dance on stagnant waters and thunderous footsteps grow louder. A familiar voice rang itself again with me and sent a chill down my spine. I'll be taking that, thank you. In an instant, I was yanked from Spurge's grasp. Thunderous footsteps echoed through the room and I was in, and pulled into a different room, followed by a pair of doors slamming shut, followed up by words spoken. Sarah's Edith, nothing. With those words echoing, the soft background noise cut out completely, as if my eardrums became shot, and I could gain vision again. I look around to see that I'm in a very large hallway, and the flames or the lights emitting from them are a standstill. Everything's lost its color too. Everything is in status. Where am I? What I see ahead of me is a towering green beast staring back at me. I am deeply sorry that I had to do this, Charlie. You caught me at the most embarrassing time, me bathing. Though I must admit, you probably want to see me in full action too, huh? Huh? The green beast gave out a hearty chuckle that echoed through the still empty corridor. Allow me to properly introduce myself, Charlie. My name is Father, and welcome to my castle. That's your name? He bowed as he tucked his arm under him and nodded in my direction with a light smile, trying to appear to be welcoming. Exactly. To be continued. Oh. Well, dang. My bad. Alright, so yes, this is Fragile Hands. Obviously, as you can tell, it is a demo. This game is on Itchio. If y'all want to follow this game and, you know, get updates on when the whole game will be coming out, I will link all of that below. And you can follow the developer, of course, you know, on Itchio or any other social media they may have. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see y'all in the next one.